and share this video with those who can't be on the call later. I want to welcome you to our first Campus Live event, 74 people and climbing, and thank you for giving us a little bit of your afternoon. We put out a poll to see when the best time for you to do this was, and you voted for 3 o'clock. Hopefully we stick with this time. That's our hope. If we need to adjust and find a different time, we will. We will record all of these events and share them with you afterwards for those who couldn't be on the call live. And I'll tell you more about the type of events that are coming soon. But the first thing I want to say to you all is that I miss you. None of your teachers and none of your administrators signed up for TMI for remote instruction. On this call are parents and students and grandparents and all types of folks. And the heart of this time together is just to be able to see one another in this new kind of virtual world that we're living in. And so I hope you're enjoying scrolling through and seeing each other's faces. I also want to acknowledge up front that many of you were, like me, were holding out hope for a return to campus this school year. School is not closed. The campus is closed, but school is not closed. I know that many of you were holding out hope for a physical return to campus. And I know that yesterday's news kind of dashed that hope. And I'm just acknowledging that that's not fun for me either and any of us. We had hoped to be back, but it's the right thing to do given what we know now. We'll find ways to be back together if the stars align and cities and counties allow us to be back together. Then we'll find ways. We'll celebrate. We'll have award ceremonies. We'll do what we need to do. But making the decision sooner was what was best for our entire community. I want to also say that I'm really proud of our teachers. I'm really proud of our department chairs and our faculty. They continue to assess and adjust. I know some of you are frustrated with your children. I'm hearing from some of you. Remember, I have 2 TMI students at home too. And getting them to get up on time or get in charge of their events, some of them are overachieving and some of them you can't get them out of bed. And I'm recognizing that it's difficult to parent a TMI student in the midst of remote instruction. I will tell you that when we first went to remote instruction, our teachers planned on doing that for 2 weeks. Then it was like 3 weeks. And now just yesterday, did they find out that this is now gonna be the new normal for the rest of the school year. So allow them and our department chairs and our academic team to assess what's working and then adjust. And if we need to adjust, we will. But this is the new normal now as of yesterday, and our teachers will continue to adjust. You have a lot of help out there, whether that's questions about AP exams or questions about a course. I'm just really proud of our teachers and the work that they're doing. I also want to recognize for our students that are on the call, especially our seniors. I don't see a lot of seniors on the call right now. That's because most of them are probably still sleeping. But nevertheless, for our students and those students that go back and watch this video, I just want to recognize for you that I realize that staying motivated is not easy. It is not easy to stay motivated in a virtual world. But I do believe strongly that every day is a dress rehearsal for the rest of our life. I think that how we learn to respond to things then becomes a learned habit, and then we know how to respond to things later in life. And so for students that are frustrated or disappointed or mad, I want you to recognize that you're gonna have a job one day or a boss one day that frustrates you, and it's not gonna be perfect. And so learning how to deal with disappointment now, when the stakes are a little bit smaller, is a gift that will allow you to learn to deal with disappointment when the stakes are much higher. Seniors, like I said, this is by far the most disappointing for you. But I want to also remind you that some of you seniors have been at TMI for 7 years. Do not let the last 7 weeks of your senior year dictate your entire TMI experience. You've had amazing opportunities on this campus. There's been a lot of things that have been really very fun, very joyful events. We got to have great events this year. So here's my recommendation to seniors. Give yourself about 72 hours to be mad. You can be frustrated and upset and any emotion that comes your way for 72 hours. Mourn the loss of your last 7 weeks of your senior year and then move on. Then figure out a way to hold on to that which is good, find the joy, connect with your friends. We'll do our best to connect with you. And that's really true for all of our families. Give yourselves time to soak in the reality that we won't be back on campus. Let all the emotions that come with that play out, and then let's adjust to the new normal and do our best to connect, which is what Campus Live is all about, connecting and being together. Let's not let this last 7 weeks dictate a lot more of our life together. So having said that, we're going to start with some fun, a fun activity. We're going to do a scavenger hunt, a virtual scavenger hunt. I'm going to try and share my screen with you and see if I can't do this. And so I'm going to share with you my screen. Oops, right there. Okay, can you all see my screen? All right, so if you're participating in this scavenger hunt, it's a 2.5-minute scavenger hunt. I'm gonna set the clock. And if you're not participating, you're just gonna have 2.5 minutes to look at each other's smiling faces. I'm gonna show you 9 items. Each item is 1 point each. We're using the TMI honor code, so we're not lying, cheating, or stealing. And you're gonna go find these 9 items in your house and bring them back in 2.5 minutes, and we're gonna see who has the most points. So the rules are pretty clear. The items are about to pop up, and then you have 2.5 minutes to go find them and bring them back to your screen. All right, Gramsy, I expect to see you running through the house looking for these items, okay? All right, ready, go. Those are your 9 items. A first aid kit, dental floss, a Dr. Seuss book, a sock with a hole in it, a to-go menu, hand sanitizer, 3 different green vegetables, 5 rolls of toilet paper, and an old pizza box. Yes, ready, go. My clock starts. I actually don't have a clock right now, so it's gonna be like 2. I got it. All right, here comes the clock. So the rest of you, I hope you're doing well. Let me scroll and see who's, I see a lot of empty cameras. That's good. That means people are running. I see a lot of cameras with nobody on them. That's good. Dr. Murillo is choosing to not participate. He's exercising his rights and freedoms. Mr. Eason just took off. Dr. Cook is also choosing not to participate. Miss Bilbrey is giving others a chance to win. There's Miss Murphy, Miss Cook. Up. I see Zach Burgos has 1 point at least. All right, you have 1 more minute. One more minute on our scavenger hunt. If anybody is wearing the sock that has a hole in it, I will give you an extra point. If it's actually on your foot right now, like you can't go put it on your foot, but if you're actually wearing a sock that has a hole in it, then I'm gonna give you an extra point. You have 45 seconds. 45 seconds left on the clock. "25 seconds. I have no idea if 2.5 minutes is entirely too long or entirely too short. But we will find out. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so that I can see your faces. Stephanie Gish, did you have access to the list before I said go?
No.
Okay, so stop the clock. Let's everybody back on their screen. So I'm gonna you have to show on the screen. We'll go through them. So show on the screen if you have a first aid kit.
Hey, hold on. Where am I?
Okay, first aid kits. Dental floss.
There.
Nice. A Dr. Seuss book. You can just do like a thumbs down if you didn't have it. That's okay. Oh, look. The Ariano family has one. Sweet. A sock with a hole in it and an extra point if you're wearing it.
Christopher put it.
You're muted, so nobody can. All right, a to-go menu. Did you find a to-go menu?
All we had was to-go stuff.
All of your to-go menus are online, but I do see the Salcedos had one. Nice. Hand sanitizer. Very well. 3 different green vegetables.
That's over there. Now we got toilet paper.
Dr. Cook, the world, I unmuted you. The world wants to know if you have 3 green vegetables in your house.
Why me? I think so. I can go and check. I have salad.
One.
One. Carrots aren't green. Well, I think I threw out the avocado, so maybe not actually.
All right, Mark Philippi, the world wants to see your 3 green vegetables.
I had my choice, but I went with spinach, green pepper, and green beans.
Nice.
All right. Now the precious one on the list, 5 rolls of toilet paper.
You can show him ours, Henny.
Nice. And an old pizza box. Did anybody have an old pizza box?
We didn't have that.
The pizza, no.
It's okay. So the max points.
We have pizza pen.
So show me on your hands how many points you got on a scale of 0 to 10. How many points did you get? And I'm gonna scroll through and see if anybody has 10.
What? 4.
Wait, how? So wait. So does the pizza pen count, Dr.
Yeah.
Remember, it's the honor code, so you be your own judge as to whether you're giving yourself credit for it. All right, who has 10? I'm looking for a 10. Does the Bregmans have 9? 2, 3s.
From the pool.
From the pool. Oh, look at the Easons. How many is that, Eason? 9 or 10? School back. 9. Great. Good. I have 6 pages, 140 of you, so this could take me a second. Mr. Philippi's got 6. Gibbs, move your fingers back. Gibbs family. 8. That's impressive. All right, make sure you're being like obnoxious if you have 10 so I can find you. Miss Dillum has 1. She's proud to represent that she has 1. Okay. The Kessler family, how many is that? Kevin, move your fingers back a little bit. 7. All right. Very fun. Well, thank you for participating. I don't have a winner because I would probably miss somebody, but several of you had 9 or 10. Congratulations on a successful first scavenger hunt. I appreciate your participation. So let me move into some more meat of our time together and just tell you again why we're doing this. For one, I want to give you a health update. I'm not sure how your families are doing. I want you to know from TMI's perspective that none of our faculty or staff have confirmed cases of COVID-19. Somebody sent me a text the other day and said, hey, I heard from a random friend of mine that the TMI head of school tested positive for COVID-19. And I'm telling you that that's not true. We have no families on our faculty or staff. Now, we've heard some of your families have been affected, and for that, you're in our prayers and thoughts. Keep us posted if there's anything we can do. But at this point, no TMI faculty or staff have confirmed cases. I'll also tell you that our security and maintenance folks continue to keep our campus clean. Security is keeping folks off of campus so that we know where people have been in the various buildings on our campus. And that's very helpful so that we can maintain a clean and safe community. I'm really proud of that group as well for doing what they're doing. We're asking you to stay off campus for that very reason. I also want to remind you that the resources that were available to you prior to all of this are still available to you. So if your son or daughter or students, if you need to talk to Mrs. Carter, or you need to talk to Stacy Smith, or your advisor, or Miss Condry or Father Nate, Everybody that was available to you before remains available to you now and wants to connect with you. So one of the purposes of Campus Live is simply to reimagine our sense of place. Uncertainty and unpredictability are a way of life. We've been forced to rethink about a lot of things. We've been forced to rethink our priorities, our families, our schedules, our identity. And I do truly believe, I've said this in a couple of my videos to you all, I truly believe that we'll come out of all of this with a stronger, renewed sense of ourself and who we are. I don't think this is ideal, no more than you think this is ideal, but I think there's an opportunity to come out of this stronger and more balanced. I also believe that our community at TMI is what is so special about us. We care about each other. And so who we are and how we operate doesn't change just because we can't be on the same campus together. So the essence of TMI's new Campus Live is really to bring us together, to be the thriving community that you love and want to be a part of, and to bring that now into this virtual world. So why Campus Live? It's not to give you one more thing to do. Your students have plenty to do. You have plenty to do. You're balancing work at home with your student schedule. Students, this is not a mandatory event. This is simply an opportunity for TMI families to connect, an opportunity for connection and community, to recreate to the best of our ability the campus that we love in a virtual world. It gives our families and our students an experience that mimics the heart of TMI. And as you well know, TMI has fantastic academics, but we're so much more than that. And TMI's Campus Live is an opportunity to connect with that. So what are we hoping to create? We're hoping to create a way of functioning during the stay-at-home time that feels as normal as possible. And it will include a range of opportunities. And Mrs. Carter is now going to come on and tell you how we plan to live out this Campus Live. So Ms. Carter, I'm going to unmute you and turn the mic over to you.
Always love it when Father Scott gets to unmute me. I think that's a perfect day. Thanks, Scott, for that. The consistent theme that I have heard over and over again these past 3 weeks, whether it was in a virtual advisory, a class meeting, or even a faculty meeting, was simple. We miss each other. We miss being connected. I'd even say for some of us, including myself, that I took it for granted what we once had, the given of being on campus each week, and now we're realizing how much we really valued our community. With the update shared yesterday that we won't be returning to campus for the remainder of the school year, our virtual platform, Campus Live, is designed to mimic the heart of TMI, where you can pick and choose what will work best for you and help us remain a community that belongs to each other. So how are we going to do this? To make Campus Live super easy to find, we've added a button front and center at the top of the homepage on our website. From there, we've added links to our daily virtual chapel and the Campus Live events that are planned. And if you happen to miss one of our connections, we will even have a link where you can watch past recorded events. We want to make Campus Live easy to find. We also hope that you will join us for live chats every Wednesday at 3 p.m., starting on April 15th, for interesting conversations from different TMI administrators, and then again on Sunday nights, starting April 19th, when we will get to spend some time with Father Scott as he shares messages of hope and connection. You'll be able to attend live events such as family barbecues, calling all pitmasters out there, maybe a virtual family game night, or how about some adult time with a social hour, maybe a virtual book club. The possibilities are limitless. Don't forget to let me know if you have any suggestions that maybe we haven't already planned for. How about participating in social media activities? Family karaoke videos? I'd love to see that. Instagram challenges? Maybe a family porch picture contest? We're all in this together, so let's have some fun. If you haven't already, start following us on our social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Even if you don't have or want social media, you can still participate. We'll share how at the end of our visit today. It's up to you, TMI. How will you choose to stay connected? Let's all think social. I'm going to turn it back over to Scott now for some Q&A.
Great, thanks, Tracy. So you had an opportunity to submit some questions prior to the live event. If you have other questions, I'll welcome them in the chat or on the side, but I want to address the questions that came in before we went live. One of the questions was, what about the good grade exemption for final exams? in the list of announcements yesterday in that very long email that I sent you, it noted that teachers have chosen, the department chairs and Ann Schaefer-Salinas have been working on grades and other decisions, and they've decided to forego final exams for this semester. That means that your students' Q3 grade and your Q4 grade will be 50% and 50%, and that will make up the semester grade. We have chosen to not go pass-fail for this quarter. You've probably heard that some of your other schools in town or colleges have gone to pass-fail for this quarter. We've chosen not to do that. One of the reasons we want to do that is we think grades provide some sense of normalcy. We also know how much, we want to keep our students motivated and keep them engaged. I've heard from several parents, especially of the upperclassmen and seniors, that you're having a hard time motivating your students, and we felt like moving to a pass-fail would not help our students stay motivated. And so we're going to keep having grades. Our teachers are going to be lenient, understanding that you have a lot on your plate. If you're having a hard time getting your grades in or your work in, please talk to your teachers. They will be more than lenient with you. However, the semester grade is going to be, it's going to be Q3 50% and Q4 50%. So the reality is all of you are exempt from finals. Congratulations on that. And I sent more information on that email. Another question about how families can retrieve their belongings, especially if they're not in the States right now. Some of you are in Mexico, some of you are all over the world. We have your stuff on campus, and we're going to obviously keep that stuff. Beginning next week, Mrs. Schaefer-Salinas is actually going to come from Nikki Griffin. She's going to send an email with a schedule for how to get on campus and pick up stuff. Obviously, we want to maintain our social distancing. We want to make sure we're keeping the community safe. So a schedule will come out next week with time blocks for different grades and ages to come to campus, get your things out of your locker, return your athletic gear, return your Corps of Cadet stuff. More information will come from Nikki Griffin, and that will come in the next couple of days, and we'll likely begin that next week. If you can't get to campus at your allotted time, then just let us know, and we'll box that stuff up for you and hold it for you until time is right for you to come to campus. So that is the two questions that came in prior. Dr. Maria wants to know, who is the second Scott Brown? Where's Dr. Maria? Let me find the good doctor. Here's the good doctor. Oh, hello, good doctor.
This is the second Scott Brown, and it's got one of these freaky photos of you, Kimberly, and I believe the youngin', and is identified as Scott Brown.
That is a good question. Let's see. That could be Christopher Brown. Let's unmute that person. Christopher, is that you? Oh, you know what?
It's you, Scott, when we were playing around in the beginning and you had to log into your second.
Computers, I have two computers open. That is the problem. All right. Any other questions at this point?
Yeah, I have a second question.
Yes, Doc.
What's Coach Tony's dog's name? He can't keep any control of it. It keeps bouncing in and out of the video.
So I met this
dog. Is that a new one?
It is new. It's his second day with his dog. I'll find Coach Tony. His dog's name is Nokio, short for Pinocchio, which happens to be Tony's favorite cartoon character. So where's Nokio, Tony? Where is he? Tony's going to get Nokio. All right, and while he's doing that, I'm going to share my screen with you one more time. I'm going to, let's go back to meeting. Share my screen. And I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you all see the screen? All right, so I am going to see if I can't unmute the audio. So literally, I think I have 150 people. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so
Hi.
150 people are now unmuted. And so
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna chant
Hi.
we're gonna chant the school song because you don't wanna hear me sing it. And so I thought as a school spirit closing, we'll chant it. So here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna put myself out there and dress for on our city's borders, reared against the sky, stands our alma mater, dear old TMI. Got it? Okay, hold on. I'm going at the count of three, and we have to do it loud and obnoxiously. Ready? 1, 2, 3. On our city's borders, reared against the sky, stands our alma mater, dear old TMI. That was like it was like in a round. You did it in a 107-point round. That was very well done. I appreciate you participating. So at this point, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie Gish. This concludes our first Campus Live event. I'm very excited that you were able to participate. More information on the next one will come to you. Those of you who want to stick around and get a social media onboarding 1.0, I will say that I opened up an Instagram account. I never had one. It's called TMI_Padre. And I have over 100 followers now. My son called me lame because I only had 20 as of today. So if you would all please follow me on Instagram, it's TMI_Padre. I want to show my son that I'm not the dork I am. But nevertheless, if you want to learn more about Instagram and how to post on that, even if you don't have an account with social media, you can still access everything for Campus Live. But if you want to learn more about how to do that, stick around on the call. For the rest of you that are social media experts, have a wonderful day. Our next live event is next Wednesday. I love you all. I miss you all, and I hope to see you soon. So peace out, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Father Scott.
Bye, Father.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
See if anybody stays for the train.
See if anybody stays for the training. You just-
Numbers are dropping.
We're also staying, so we may get down to one screen here.
Oh.
Okay, for those who are going to stay, you can go ahead and start listening. We'll see who drops off. But many of you probably know my name as opposed to my face. So I'm Stephanie Gish. I'm our Director of Community Relations. And you may notice there's a brand new face in the crowd today. And so that is Elisa Treecko. And she's actually a senior at Valparaiso University. And we've got her on today because she's actually been helping us to really plan and create this Campus Live platform that we have. And so she's here. She's going to kind of walk us through some of the social media things, because social media is going to be a big part of the Campus Live platform, getting everyone engaged and participating. So she's going to walk us through the web version of Instagram. If you don't want to set up an account, you can still continue to watch and see what's happening without having your own account, or you can follow in Father Scott's footsteps and be bold enough to try and create an account on your own. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Elisa, and she'll take us through the training.
Hi, everyone. It's really nice to meet all of you virtually. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through the basics here of Instagram. I can also answer questions on Facebook if you have those. As Stephanie said, a lot of what we're going to be doing on TMI Campus Live is putting all of our connections onto social media, in addition to having these Zoom calls and the weekly chats and things like that. So this will just allow us to have more fun with it. And we're thinking of doing some social media challenges and doing posts and maybe some video challenges, things like that. So for anyone who doesn't have an Instagram account or maybe isn't familiar with using it, I'm just going to share my screen with you. Oh, I don't think I can screen share.
You can ask for permission and then I can give it, I think. So when you go to share screen, I think it'll ask me.
It just says host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Oh, wow. Let me see if I can.
It doesn't give me the option.
Okay. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Okay. Now try it.
Screen share. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So when you go to the Instagram website, it's just instagram.com if you've never been there before. So this is what should come up when you get prompted to either log in or sign up when you get there. So again, it's just instagram.com, and then you will see something like this that gives you the opportunity to sign up. It's pretty straightforward. You'll probably have to do an email confirmation, but after that, you should be able to just log in with your usual information for your account. So I'm just gonna log into my account here, log in, continue. So I'm on Instagram now, and so you'll start to see pictures in your feed, and these are just going to be photos from your followers that you're going to see. So anyone who you follow, their photos will be here, and then to the right, you'll have stories, and the stories are also things that people you follow are going to post. So if you click on this little circle right here, let's see, we've got Harrison Center Arts right there. They posted something on their story. So now I can see what they've got. And these stories will only be there for 24 hours. So those are temporary. And then these squares that you'll see here are the main posts. And then right here, you've got your own account. So you'll see your username up at the top. You can click on that. You can go to your own page. These are the things that if you post anything, they would go right there. Also, people can tag you in their own post. So if someone wants to share something with you, you can go to tagged and you'll see what you're tagged in. Up here at the top is the search bar. So that is going to be important for finding TMI. So if you want to find our page, you'll just go to TMI Episcopal. You'll see us come up. And then this is our Instagram page. And so you'll see that with the logo, and we'll be posting things here for TMI Campus Live. You can see our posts from the past, and then also if we have stories, which we will in the future, then you can see those again right from your homepage right here under stories. So that's kind of the basics of Instagram. You can interact with us just like you would on the app. So you can comment on other people's posts. Another thing that you can do on Instagram and lots of other social media apps is hashtagging. So for example, you could go to TMI Episcopal and we have a hashtag. So that means anyone who posted anything with this hashtag TMI Episcopal, all those posts will come up right here. So you can see Father Scott on TMI underscore quadrant.
Those are my 2 posts.
Yes.
Love them.
Yes, you can go like them, you can comment on them and say how awesome they are. And so, yeah, these are all the posts for that hashtag. And so when TMI Campus Live makes posts on our page, then we'll probably post some challenges for you all, and you can share your responses to those challenges with the hashtags that we give you. So it's just a cool way for us to kind of see what everyone else is doing. So that's Instagram. And maybe I can answer some questions at the end of this if people have more questions. And then we also have Facebook. Everything is just TMI Episcopal, so is our Twitter. So if you go onto your Facebook page, you just type in up at the top through the search bar, TMI Episcopal, and we will come up. And so we'll have the same posting kind of feed through into Facebook, so you won't miss anything. If you're not on Instagram and maybe you're more familiar with Facebook and you just want to stay on here, then everything we post will be here as well. And you can comment, like, share, and interact the same way, just on a different platform. And if you are not on Facebook, getting set up on here is really easy and straightforward as well.
Alyssa, while you're there, go open a new tab and go to TMI's webpage, tmi-sa.org, just on our webpage.
Oh, TMI. There we go. Oops.
And I want them to see right there, I want them to see the new, at the very top, the Campus Live button that's now added, where if you're ever wondering what events are coming up, you can click on that right off our homepage, and it will show you the events that are coming. As soon as this event is over, it'll be recorded right there. You can see that next week on April 15th, there's the connection to, on Campus Live, to Tracy Carter. My Sunday message on the 19th, Daily Chapel with Nate. You can follow those links too if you're ever wondering what's on the calendar for Campus Live. This is an easy place to go to.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's right there. And then again, these are for Instagram, this is the web version. So the web version is completely fine. You can still do everything that you would do on the phone. But I know for some people, they like the phone better, and you can use the app. You just go to your app store and search Instagram, and it'll come right up. And you can use your login information to get in or sign up for the account. And it's really straightforward and looks looks exactly like the web version as well. So you shouldn't have a problem with it. And also if your students are already on Instagram, then you can ask them and talk to them about how to get set up on there as well.
Great. Thank you, Alyssa.
Okay.
And please reach out to Stephanie, who can put you in touch with Alyssa or anybody else in the TMI community, and we can help you move through this. Again, the whole intent is to have connection. All right, that concludes our first ever Campus Live event. We are excited to offer this. We hope we don't have to offer it much longer because we hope to be back together soon, but nevertheless, any opportunity we can give you to connect as normal as possible, we want to do. So this is an extension of our new life together. We love you all. It's great to see your faces, and hope to see you next week on our next TMI Campus Live event next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.